So what happens if my rental needs repairs? I'm going to be diving into that in today's video with you. So as you know, when you buy a property from Memphis Investment Properties, after you close on it, we're going to get a tenant in there, or usually there already is one before you buy the property. And then it goes to our sister property management company, Reedy & Company Realtors, who is a property management company managing that tenant for you, collecting the income, taking out our management fee, giving that to you, watching over it, answering the tenant maintenance requests, right? Answering those calls and taking care of them as needed, right? For safety issues or hazardous issues and keeping it a clean and safe property. So what a lot of people don't really know too much about when it's your first time owning a property, a rental property, a single family investment property, is you're like, well, what's going to happen if it needs repairs? How will that process work out? So here's what happens when you first come on and get a property list and we manage for you. We get a $500 reserve fund. Now that is your money, but it's going to sit in our escrow account for just a rainy day or when a real urgent repair is needed. So anything under $500 in terms of repairs, and per our discretion that it's actually a real legit issue that needs to be fixed, we're just going to go ahead and fix that. Because it's just, there'd be too many questions for a bunch of $20, $50, $100 issues that it would be just so hard to communicate and over communicate with you on. Now, and that's just usual little things like fixing the toilet that's stopped or the shower head that's leaking, little things like that. We send a plumber over there or whatever to fix it. Now, what other people are more concerned about is what if it's a big repair? You know, I don't want all of a sudden one day to have a $2,000 bill or a $5,000 new roof put on my property without considering the options. So what we do on that is annually we do have an occupied home inspection of the property as the tenant's in there. We'll go in there and check everything. We're going to check the air filters. That's really important to check out. Underneath all the sinks and faucets and toilets, looking for any plumbing leaks, checking the electrical, all the lights, making sure all those are safe and no electrical hazards are going on. So the big things, looking for general repairs, making sure the tenant is living according to the lease and that all the people on the lease are the people living there and not more. Looking for pets. If there are pets that are not on the lease, we charge them a fine for that and get them on and paying a rent fee and all of that and charge them a fine. Lastly, though, we do write up an inspection, send you pictures and line items of things that we think are definitely needed to be attended to and cared for now. And if they're over $500, we'll have all those on there and recommend them to you, give you some pictures and details of why we need that. Then we also will put some items that, hey, might be recommended, you might want to fix up now, it would make things easier. It might be things you need to probably fix eventually when the tenant vacates the house. And so we'll give you all those items and then just a price, a line item bid, and then you can kind of go through there and you'll have your decision per your discretion. We obviously suggest you do all the recommendeds 100%. I personally like to do even the must-have items, but also I recommend doing everything on there to just keep it in the best shape ever, because I think you'll have the tenant stay in there longer knowing that you're keeping the property up to a good condition. So that is what happens when your property needs repairs, and then per your approval, this is all done via email. You, of course, can get on and call us if you have any more questions. You can even talk to the supervisor that was there at the property, and he can give you more details of why something was awry and what the potential fix is. We also give you sometimes options. Hey, you could either replace the whole entire HVAC system, or you could fix this part. It might fix it. It might let it last and run for a couple more months or years, you know, and you can pick one of those two options, right? Pros and cons to doing both of those, and we kind of can walk you through those. And then that's it. Then you just approve, and then usually if it's, you know, $1,000 or more, we'll take half of it up front on the repairs and then half when we've completed the repairs. So if it's like, you know, every few years you're going to have to turn over the property when a tenant vacates. There's going to be paint, rekeying, things like that. Average turn is around $1,500 when the tenant leaves, so we'll take half up front and half later. So that is the process of what happens if your property needs repairs. We're going to walk you through it, give you a line item bid, and through our experience of managing 2,700 doors over the years, we'll kind of just recommend what's needed on that property. Thank you so much for your support. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm talking to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, you better be hitting that button. Doesn't really do much, but it helps us out immensely, helps us get our name and our word out there, and trains people on what real estate is all about, and helps people have more financial freedom. Thank you so much. Signing off.